But Brexit, that is exactly where we are starting tonight, because the hard work begins back home. After she succeeded in getting a Brexit deal signed off in Brussels, the British Prime Minister Theresa May is kicking off her 2-week campaign to sell it in Britain before a divided Parliament votes on it likely on the 12th of December. Now, her main message, rejecting her deal, will only lead to more uncertainty and division, a line towed by newly appointed Brexit Secretary Stephen Barclay.
Well, we need to be clear with colleagues as to what the deal delivers. It delivers on the referendum, but also clear on what the alternative is, which is uncertainty from no deal or uncertainty from no Brexit, entering into uncharted waters if this deal doesn't go through. So it's time to come together as a country, deliver on the deal and ensure that we give businesses and our citizens the certainty they need.
All right, Nick, can you bring us what it looks like in the UK, the numbers? Well, what's it looking like now in Parliament?
Not good, really not good, if you're Theresa May at least. Anyway, maybe if you're Jeremy Corbyn, it's looking a bit better. 90-plus Tory MPs are saying they're really unhappy with this and probably aren't going to vote for it. And no one else is going to help her out. Labour are going to vote against it, the Lib Dems will, the SNP will. The DUP don't like it either. So she's got a hell of a couple of weeks ahead of her to try and pull something fairly miraculous out of the bag.
Julie, how do you think she could talk to politicians and probably get them on her side?
Well, she's putting a lot of pressure on Tories, for example, saying you will be responsible for pushing us over the cliff edge. I think that's the major argument she's using, is it's irresponsible of any grown-up politician to choose. This may not be perfect, in fact it's quite imperfect, but it's irresponsible to choose the cliff edge instead of it. Most of them are saying, hang on a minute, don't give us that. You've been at this for over 2 years, and why should we be in the position where we're told you've left it so late to bring it to us that there's no time for us to do anything about it? So they're not actually buying that, and she's managed miraculously to join up extreme leavers and extreme remainers in common cause to support a deal that delivers nothing to anybody. So I'm afraid she's on a hiding to nothing.
So what about Darren talking to the public to pressure MPs?
Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? And I think what was it, David Cameron in 2015 during the general election campaign said that you risk chaos and uncertainty if you voted for Ed Miliband, which was slightly ironic given what's happened in the intervening years. A similar strategy being used by Theresa May. But yet she thinks, and this is potentially the only way she might be able to convince some Conservative MPs, is by trying to get the public on her side. And I think there is evidence that actually the British public are quite sympathetic to Theresa May. There's a great admiration for her perceived resilience during this process, the fact that she's still there and she's still fighting, despite the fact that her job has been in doubt for many months. And while Julie's right in the point that, and I think Tony Blair was making this point yesterday, that Brexiteers hate this deal, Remainers don't like it because obviously it still means that you leave. Who does like it? But I think the public do, or a certain section of population.
Even Brexiteers, you think?
No, they don't agree with that. But I think the public in the middle actually think that this probably is a good deal, the deal that the best deal that she probably could have got. And at the end of the day, where are the public? Because the public aren't all Remainers, they aren't all Brexiteers. Most people probably think Britain should leave, but not leave in a hard Brexit.
Yeah, but she's
in a hard Brexit.
You know, I would say, like, OK, nobody knows the actual numbers. Let's say roughly 30% go on at any cost, 30% stay at any cost, and then everyone else is in the middle. And those people in the middle are listening to the arguments. And what they're being told at the moment by the Prime Minister is, look, I've moved heaven and earth. I've been up 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, for literally years. You know, listen to me. She's getting the sympathy vote. I completely agree with you, but it won't last more than 2 or 3 days, because then people move into the next phase, which is that really the best you could do?
All right.
And those people in the middle, at roughly 40%, I don't think they'll fall for this support me because, you know, I've tried so hard.
Nick, I'll give you 5 seconds to finish off.
I was just going to say the public like her. I mean, when her deal is polled, it's not, or at least when Chequers that she was proposing was polled, it was actually very, very unpopular. You know, this is a classic piece of Eurofudge, which is pretty much impossible to sell because it's so technical. It's been bodged together.
But that's why, even on this side, because the EU27 may have given Mrs May's deal their stamp of approval, but behind all the talk of unity, actually leaders made no secret of ensuring that their own interests were protected. That's in tonight's Brexit Brief.